get you up to the Steel City. Standing by in Pittsburgh, here are Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, and Heinz Field. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Seattle Seahawks and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First carry for Thomas Rawls. And he's not going anywhere to start the night. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
As I watch that play unfold, stereotypes are being broken left and right. As a corner, you're often back there guarding against the pass. But how about that diagnosis and read and getting into the backfield and making a nice play and a tackle?
And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
For those who watch the game and want to question the courage of the guys who play on the corner, how about when you see a toss sweep coming your way, yet you still go into the backfield, get past the blockers, and make the tackle? That's big league.
Hard throw, incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. So on fourth down, as seen on TV, here's their resident strongman, John Ryan, on to punt. Back deep for the Steelers, Antonio Brown. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Pretty woeful there, just 23 yards on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now Roethlisberger to throw. And incomplete to open things up. Marcus Wheaton was the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up second down. Offensive starters time. Electric is certainly a word that comes to mind when you talk about Le'Veon Bell.
Love the way that he reshaped his body coming out of college. A bigger, thicker runner while he was at Michigan State. Lost weight, became more of a whippet in the NFL. And now no one can tackle the guy, whether he's running it or catching it.
And he's going to be out of bounds down to the 25. Brown finishing 2016 with over 1,200 yards, 106 receptions. Now for him, you know, people were expecting maybe some bigger numbers, Charles. What did you make of Antonio Brown's season?
Well, what I made of it is that he started to get more help along the way. Jesse James developed at tight end. Once Le'Veon Bell got into the lineup, he started to catch passes out of the backfield and ate up a few numbers as well. So Big Ben had more targets to throw it to. That should help Antonio Brown going forward in 2017 because he'll still be the primary guy. But when you get help, boy, you can make bigger plays downfield. When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
3 yards to go here on second down. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. In 12 regular season games this last year for Bell, averaging over 150 yards from scrimmage. First 2 games in the playoffs were great, but, you know, getting injured in the final game probably leaves a bad taste in his mouth.
Leaves a bad taste, gives him fuel for the next season, though, because, remember, for the last few years, he hasn't been able to play a full season. For various reasons. Now, going into next year, imagine those numbers over a 16-game season and heading into the playoffs. Le'Veon Bell can set new records.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. And a look at Seattle's defense.
Michael Bennett is one of the best pass-rushing defensive linemen in the game. Normally plays defensive end, but when they go to those nickel packages and he works inside, look out, offensive guards. You got a problem.
They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Le'Veon Bell, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
They go again with Rawls. And a cutback right sideline. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, fifth defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. Baldwin coming off his first Pro Bowl appearance. He had career highs, Charles, in catches with 94, over 1,100 yards. That also a career high. Pretty good season for Doug Baldwin.
And I think the place that he really started to take off was midway through 2015. The connection between he and his quarterback, Russell Wilson, where they were playing more from the pocket, bigger plays downfield, that just propelled him into 2016. That and anything he perceives as a slight, he uses it to his advantage, and he just goes out and plays.
They'll come out in the pistol. On second down, Rawls. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. And a look at the Steelers' defensive unit.
Cameron Hayward is a defensive lineman, but many of us, especially guys of my vintage, remember his father, Craig Ironhead Hayward, who was a running back. I think Cameron decided he'd rather hit people than be hit.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. He's going to float this one deep right side. The intended target, Doug Baldwin, and it brings up 4th down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. 4th down. Here's Wilson. And able to find Graham. Complete. 11 yards on the pickup. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down.
It's got to the point where we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And they do get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
It's a nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
And the 8th play on this drive coming up. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. Again, Wilson. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in the cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. To throw again is Wilson. That's caught at the 3. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot. Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. He's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put in.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Wilson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Ricardo Matthews in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Tyler Lockett from 10 yards out. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You like pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackle.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage. It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
So incomplete on second down. Now they'll look to convert here on third. On third down, Roethlisberger. And this is going to be incomplete. He was trying to find Ladarius Green there as tight end. And now it's fourth down.
And that one was knocked away, and I think the defenders are going to be a little upset with themselves. They made the play on the football, but that one felt like a forced pass by the quarterback. Thought he had someone open. He really wasn't. Maybe an example of having too much confidence in his receiver that no matter what, I'm going to throw it to him. And that was a play made by the defense, and it could have been a bigger one.
Now let's see. Yeah, the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Here we go on 4th down with Roethlisberger. He's got time. And he's got Rodgers. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence. Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. Man open right side. It's Rodgers. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now's a play caller. Because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Roethlisberger. Man open left side is Brown. A good pick up there of 20 yards. A good grab there by the former Central Michigan man, Antonio Brown.
And he ate up some real estate on the catch, too, didn't he? I think the most impressive part of it, though, if there's a chance for him to get the football, even though he was covered well, he somehow finds a way to get it.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Now Roethlisberger. That'll be caught by Rodgers. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there. The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Sammy Coates, the intended target there, and it's 4th down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. They'll try and throw for it with Roethlisberger. And that will be caught, but out of bounds. Out of bounds, ruled incomplete here. Oh, well, you mind if we go off topic for a second?
No,
you know
go.
I like to do that randomly. AFC playoff contenders for this year that didn't make it last season. Who do you have that might get in?
Well, I think Cincinnati's got to be considered there. Maybe they'd have an offseason that's calm, and they go into this season and try and get back to the playoffs where they have been perennials. How about Denver?
Yeah.
Remember last year they didn't have the quarter. Maybe they can get a little bit off the pace. Indianapolis can do the playoffs. And Buffalo.
of dawn, Monday morning coffee, strong pouring everything you got into a paycheck Friday night. You're a power stroke, diesel backhoe riding king, 18-wheeler driving, living life in between the lines of clocking in and quitting time. But then the six-string circus comes to town. We hang them speakers over the crowd. When the lights come on, everybody screaming, lighters in the sky, yeah, everybody singing every word to every song of the girl they're taking tonight. When the lights come on, everybody's feeling a hallelujah from the floor to the ceiling. Yeah, the drink that we're having, the smoke that we're having, the party we throw, it's going all night long when the lights come on.
I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's Roethlisberger Steelers going up against Wilson Seahawks. With that, let's get you up to Seattle. We're standing by our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside Century Field here in Seattle. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Seattle Seahawks. On to get us started now, the kicker, Chris Boswell. And off we go from Seattle. Tyler Lockett now with a return. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And his first pass is incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And that'll bring up second down. The starters for the Seahawks of Seattle on the offensive side. Charles, they could use a big game from Thomas Rawls.
And they really loved what they got out of him last year because an undrafted player is not supposed to give you nearly 6 yards of carry in production. And that's exactly what he did. They need a big game out of him, and they expect it.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. There's Wilson to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. And the starting defensive unit here for Pittsburgh.
Stephon Tuitt's ability to play defensive end, yet rise up and knock passes away when quarterbacks try to throw them, he makes it hard to get around.
Come get some.
Early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
Come get some. Come get some.
They go play action now. Wilson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. He was trying to get it to Jermaine Kearse. Now 4th down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. Are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Now Brown. Just a 30-yard punt that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. But the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Again, it's Bell. And some room to roam now. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A big play there out of the running game. 33 yards.
I can say this from experience, especially from a defensive back's perspective. There's not many things more terrifying than a toss sweep or a pitch play and all that beef out in front of the runner.
Yeah, I had an old coach say 3 words on those plays, toss or pitch. Set the edge. Heard him over and over.
A lot of times they roll the edge, and when they do that, that's why you can go for a long way.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. On your screen now, here are the offensive starters. At wideout, Antonio Brown is certainly someone that the defense always has to account for.
Without a doubt, a true #1 receiver. It doesn't matter to him how defenses want to cover him. He sees it as a challenge and knows how to defeat them.
It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback has to slide and find open space to throw.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
One thing I know, defensive coaches love it when they don't have to invite their players to the party. This strong safety, you never have to ask him twice to help in run support. He's going to arrive and in a bad mood.
Back to the ground, this time with Bell. And he's going to right in the middle. Le'Veon Bell, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 49 yards.
Nigga, I can do mine, nigga. I can do mine, nigga.
Catches, one-handed, deep downfield, another big completion. I know this, partner. As a defender, I don't know how you avoid watching what they do. It's everywhere. All the highlight shows, watching it on Madden, trying not to get intimidated before you go out and have to play against these guys and try and stop them.
They'll come out in the pistol. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield, or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Rawls, the lone man in the backfield.
Hello? What up?
A fake to Rawls. Now it's Wilson. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off William Gay. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
It takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
One of the toughest things for an offensive lineman to learn is the ability to get in space and hit people who are moving targets. And linebackers are not easy ones to hit because they know how to move, juke, and make you miss. And that's exactly what he did on that play. A nice play for the defense.
They'll go again with Bell. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there. So from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8. As we get a look at the defensive starters, the secondary, they're certainly going to need to be on their toes in this one.
And you know me really well. Where do I start analyzing a game? From the secondary. And these guys have to be on point today. They're facing a high-powered attack.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger looking for Green, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. And out now come the Seahawks. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That is caught. You know, Charles, for Graham, so much concern early in the season about whether he'd be ready to play this year, what would happen recovering from the tendon. Not only was he ready, he played every game this season for Seattle.
And it wasn't just the injury concern with Jimmy Graham. It's how Seattle runs their offense. Remember, when he was in New Orleans, he could expect a ton of passes to come his way. But in Seattle, that number was going to be reduced. Would he be able to maximize what they were going to throw in his direction? And he certainly did this year, 65 catches.
65 catches, just shy of 1,000 yards, 6 touchdowns, too. Again, we'll see the pistol here. From the shotgun, Wilson. End zone caught.
Motherfucker, you ain't gonna rush me, nigga. One of those punk-ass rushing niggas. Shit ain't gonna do no good today.
And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. But what a quick turnaround there. They get the football. Next play, boom, touchdown.
I've been in a situation before where a turnover occurs. If you're over on the bench with your defensive
today,
mate, you talk about what to do on your next series, and all of a sudden you hear
not today.
Change. You got to get out on the field and defend right away. Not
hey,
everyone is mentally
give me that stuff right there.
Is that what is yelled on the sidelines a lot of times?
That, among other things.
Maybe some words we can't share here.
Yeah, we'll just keep this one PG.
SEC violation.
No doubt.
You don't get away from this ass whooping this time. Your connection went out.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. Then he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense.
Do this shit again. Do it again.
We'll see how they attack them here.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Throw left side is complete to Rodgers. It'll go as a gain of 12. And that'll be good for a Pittsburgh first.
That was a nice completion on an out route. And those types of plays are the result of arm strength by the quarterback and timing by the receiver.
All right, nigga, check this out. Check this out, nigga. Check this out, nigga. Check this out, nigga.
First down carry by Bell.
Man to man, nigga. Man to man on your bitch ass.
47-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain could look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
Shift together here from the D-line.
No, man to man, nigga.
Down, it's Bell.
Man to man, nigga. Man to man.
44.
Man to man, nigga.
By Deshaun Shedd. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. To throw here, Roethlisberger. He gets it to Brown, complete. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. And connection number 1 there on the game, Roethlisberger to Boney Tony. Antonio Brown, that's what his high school
Antonio
teammates
Brown,
used to
nigga,
call
Boney
it.
Tony.
I wonder what they would call him now.
More muscular, more successful Boney Tony Brown, right?
I'd say you're probably right. It may be all of that. They'll still call him.
Yeah, man to man, nigga. Man to man.
They got him for a
Man to man.
Cliff Averill in there to
Big Cliff.
bury him for a loss of 11. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary.
Backing off, nigga.
On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. Finding time. Now Ben
Fumble,
and
fumble.
lost the football. It's
Fumble,
loose.
fumble,
And they get
nigga,
the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. The Seattle now ready
My
to
turn.
march onto the field. And they'll
My turn,
be
homie.
looking to build off the
Let's go.
confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it?
Come on,
When you've
come
scored
on.
once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. CD, wanted to get your thoughts just on the landscape of the offseason
What's this,
for each
second
of
hand?
these teams. Super Bowl in the rearview mirror, but so much
Come-
going on.
come- I'm gonna call
People look at the
timeout.
draft a
Give me a
lot,
little timeout.
but there's a lot more that goes into the offseason for these front offices. Is there
Nigga, I don't think you can handle this.
And then even before we get to the draft, you start with the combine. You know, that's
I don't think you can handle this.
every year.
Nigga, I don't think you can handle this.
Coming together to get their physicals and interviews and on-field performance and all.
A battle for it, and it's
Good shit, good shit.
Picked
Nigga, I'm
off
going for
Willie
mine.
Gay. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they got across the 50 last time but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they've got to feel pretty good about. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense, they affect your overall team because now your defense has to make that stand up.
No, I beat his ass. He
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger.
Where you going, nigga? That shit ain't going nowhere, nigga. That shit ain't going nowhere.
Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go.
You ain't going nowhere, nigga. You ain't going nowhere with that garbage.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here.
Hey, nigga, you ain't going nowhere with that garbage, nigga.
So with that, we come upon the 2-minute warning here on the NFL on EA Sports. And now it's a 3rd and 4 situation for the offense. Roethlisberger with a give to Bell. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Come on, come on. Come on. Come on. 4th in the yard, nigga. Come on. Come on. Hike the ball, nigga.
They'll go for it with Bell. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25.
You ain't going no
Give
motherfucking
him
one,
2
nigga.
yards on that play. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks.
You ain't going nowhere with that bullshit.
So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Nigga, it's all good.
They come up with one running back. That's Bell.
It's all good. It's all good.
Here's
It's all.
Roethlisberger.
Oh, man.
And he finds a man with a
Fuck, man,
crossing
nigga.
route.
No, man.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good
How about
yardage.
this, nigga?
Fresh set of downs here. On 1st down, it's Roethlisberger.
Give me the shit. Give me the shit, nigga. Give me the motherfucking shit.
Picked off by Deshaun Shedd, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready
Come
to
get you
come
some.
back onto the field.
Come get you some.
And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my
I
old
might
college
throw
coach
them.
right
I might
now.
throw
He
the
just
ball,
tells
one,
me
nigga.
before every game,
I might
the
throw
team
the
making
ball,
the
one,
fewest
nigga.
mistakes will
Nigga,
win.
I might throw the ball, one, nigga. I might.
Is there only one of
I might
the
throw the
head
ball,
coaches
one, nigga.
with all
I might throw. Oh, nigga, I might throw the ball, one.
minimizing those and maximizing opportunities. Well, they went for the big play there, but
Nigga, I'm
that
going,
drop
nigga.
could really hurt their
I
momentum.
don't care. Nigga, I don't think you can do nothing with that.
Here.
Nigga, I don't think you can do nothing with him. Nigga, I don't think you can do nothing with him, nigga. I don't think you can do nothing with him. Nigga, I don't think, nigga, that's all pro, nigga. All pro ball, nigga. Nigga, come in, nigga, come in, nigga, come in. Oh!
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Mike Mitchell.
That's that
And
cut.
These guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. And the Steelers set to take the field. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes.
that's cloud, nigga. I got cloud coming,
have
nigga.
a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I've played with a guy.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They'll throw on 1st down with Roethlisberger. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Second and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. He's got his man on the crossing route.
No, what's that?
Whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate. They come up with 1 running back. That's Bell. Roethlisberger.
Give me that shit. Give me that shit. Give me that shit, nigga. Give me that shit. Give me that shit. Give me that shit.
Closing stages of the first half. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it. And we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead, finish up the half, and get on out and talk about it.
The drive begins with a run by Rawls. Shreds the tackle. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage.
Hey, put some juice in there.
Here, we're going to get a timeout by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Go ahead,
Play
then.
of the half. It's Wilson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 8.
I'm actually surprised more games aren't tied because the messages in both locker rooms are essentially the same, and it starts with both trying to get a quick start. But one team actually did, but the defensive guys, they can take it right back because this game has been a tug of war all the way through.
Brown, the lone receiver, left. Now it's Roethlisberger. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
On second down, here's Roethlisberger. Man open left side is Brown. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. They're going to hurry back to the line now. From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on first down. Man open right side, it's Rodgers. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the...
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Le'Veon Bell, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Extra point now by Boswell. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, and you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
They go play action here on first down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Mike Mitchell. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. Over the middle here to Brown. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays. And the Seahawks had a couple of extra DBs going with the dime look here.
Indeed, 6 on the field.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll be second down.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. Ben to throw again. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Jermaine Kearse, 74 yards. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. This will be caught by Brown. And that one results in 35 yards.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field
Fresh
position.
your motherfucking ass, nigga. How about that, nigga?
Now Roethlisberger going to hand the
Fresh
ball.
your bitch ass, nigga.
Get 4 here down to the 35-yard line. The tackle was made by Michael Bennett.
Well, that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They come up with 1 running back. That's Bell. On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. And it's caught over the middle by the tight end, Green. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well,
You going on what, nigga?
let it develop a little bit.
You ain't going no motherfucker, nigga. Believe that, nigga.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Man open left side is Brown. And he's brought down. Back now in Seattle, Washington. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on 1st down. Got a man, it's Brown. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. And now they're in the hurry-up.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to it.
Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Sammy Coates, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Steelers are going to take the lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays. And you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Stephon Tuitt, he's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. And the defense will try and pin their ears back and get pressure again here after the sack. It's 3rd down. Third and long. It's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Give him credit for batting it away, but unable to come up with the interception. And sometimes that joke does come true. Guys are on defense for a reason. Maybe their hands aren't quite as skillful as the guys on offense, but a lot of credit on that play for just knocking it away.
Go 1-on-1 now, nigga.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Go for it, nigga. Go for that 1-on-1, nigga. Come on, piss ass, nigga.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field.
Fuck, man, this nigga ain't get the ball, man.
Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And a great spot to start this drive from here. They'll run it with Bell. And he'll take this one down near the 15. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And the offense moving quickly to the line. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up in the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out. There's so many things that go into playing the position of linebacker. Some of them are actually subtle. Doing the drill work that you do all the time in practice and carrying it over to the game, get rid of blockers, and get to the ball carrier, knocking down the loss.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. On third down, Roethlisberger. His throw caught right around the 6. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. This will be caught at about the 5. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats. Throwing the ball.
Get a completion.
You get a catch.
Yeah.
But still,
no yardage.
Okay.
So they're leading. They have possession of the football, and certainly this is where they just want to milk the clock. On third and goal, Roethlisberger. His pass caught at the 4. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion.
Shit ain't going nowhere, bitch.
Partner, I think that
get your field goal, nigga.
Definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. A field goal would make it a 2-score game, but they're going to go aggressive. They're going to try this thing on 4th and goal. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Here we go, a big play in a tight game late. They're going on 4th and goal. They'll run it with Bell.
Come on, nigga. Bell ain't getting in that, nigga.
1-yard line. They gave it to him in search of his 3rd touchdown, but he's denied. And the Seahawks able to come up with a goal line stand. And tough starting field position here. He'll look to throw. Complete outright to Kurz. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
He's back to throw. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. And that last reception puts him over 150. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Well, the obvious goal is to try and score a touchdown, but at the least, adding to a pretty big yardage total for his intended receiver there, huh?
Yeah, well, when you got a guy over 150 yards, keep chucking it deep to him, I guess.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You can get it to him short, and he can make plays that way, but I like what you just said. Throw it to him deep and get it in a big chunk.
But incomplete on that try. They'll look to throw. And Graham's got it over the middle. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. And the Steelers signal for another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And on 2nd and 10 now. Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. Back to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
My high school coach John Ford used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
And with very little time left on the play clock, Pete Carroll's going to call timeout. That'll leave him with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Wilson to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield and nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on 4th down. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. Another pistol look here. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. He finds his man, Baldwin. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
I remember pregame when we were talking to him.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Here's Wilson. And
Oh my God, man!
It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. The clock cannot be stopped here. Defense can't do anything. So kneel it down, take it home.
No doubt about it. It's what you practice for in winning situations each and every week. Victory formation. Take a knee and go on into the locker room and celebrate.
Call it a victory. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Roethlisberger going to throw it. He's got time in the pocket. He's going to look deep down the field. And it's incomplete. He's still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. A road win in the National National Football League, Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. From Seattle, so long, everybody.
is going down and the week is here. Save my soul. I can feel it coming, troubles in the air. Oh my Lord, the light is going down and the week is here. Save my soul. Who's all waiting to, who's all waiting to? Going down and the week is here. Save my soul. I can feel it coming, troubles in the air. Oh my Lord, the light is going down and the week is here. Save my soul. Who's all waiting? Who's all waiting?
I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. We've got a good one on tap today, and there's going to be two quarterbacks ready to get it done on the gridiron. It's the Seahawks going up against the Eagles. So with that, we'll send you up to the Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, as we hand it over to our broadcasting team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Larry. It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look live there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Seattle Seahawks and the Philadelphia Eagles. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
On first down, Wentz. And complete to Zach Ertz. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Now the former Oregon man, this is Kenyon Barner. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards there on the pickup, and it'll be first down Eagles.
Well, how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways. In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
On second down, here's Wentz. Screen pass to Sproles. And he's got room. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 48 yards.
I kind of chuckled to myself a little bit when I remember Darren Sproles coming out of college. I remember one scout saying, yeah, but what are you going to do with him in the pass game? Quarterback can't find him downfield because he's only 5'6". On that screen pass, they found him pretty well, and his balance is unsurpassed. He's so strong, he can take hits and stay on his feet.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here. And the tight end, Zach Ertz, is key in this offense as we get a look at the starters.
Comes out of the factory known as Stanford, which keeps putting out tight ends. Zach Ertz, one of the better ones we've seen in recent years.
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down.
Here we go now.
Wentz will try again on second down. This will be caught inside the 10. That one good for 10 yards. And that's going to make it third down and less than a yard. Simple slant route and part of a really nice hard throw by the quarterback.
Nice timing between the quarterback and the receiver. They were perfectly in sync, and he put it right on him on the inside route.
On the ground, the first carry for Ryan Matthews. Just a gain of a yard, but it's going to set him up with a first and goal.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Wentz going to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. The Seahawks, here's their defensive lineup.
When Bobby Wagner's career is said and done, people are going to look back and say he was an absolute steal in the NFL draft.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Second down now after the incompletion. Wentz to throw on second down. Steps away to his left. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Brock Coyle in there to get him for a loss of a yard, and it'll bring up third down. Can this defense get the stop on the opening drive? Here's 3rd and goal.
Now let's go. Detroit! Detroit! Back there!
Wentz now on 3rd and goal. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. It'll be a gain of 6, and that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping them from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
Wentz going to go on 4th down. Flushed out right. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. Carson Wentz taking it in from a yard out. And the Eagles drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Caleb Sturgis now for the point after. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-zip. After the touchdown, it's Sturgis to send it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. They'll run it now with Barner. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. A tackle made by K.J. Wright.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
But he hits his man, Matthews. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now a run for Barner. They find some open field here. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
No matter the week, no matter the team, you're going to hear coaches wax nostalgic for big tight ends that can control the edge of the line of scrimmage. Well, sometimes you don't have a tight end in the game, so now you're looking at your tackles. Can they control the perimeter? Make sure that that gets sealed off so there's no penetration off of the edge. If they're able to do that, that's why a toss play is successful. Because once they get to the edge, they can pick and choose their spot, which way to run, whether it's deep outside or cutting it back inside to pick up big yardage. On that play, they controlled the edge so well, they picked up an excellent chunk of yardage. It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Once again here on 2nd and 10. That's complete right around the 8. And snapped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
This offense is in rhythm now, just accumulating first downs and moving the ball downfield.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. So now it's 1st and goal. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. Let's expand on Ryan Matthews for a second. He has a couple 1,000-yard years in his back pocket. This season, 661. Did have a career-high 8 touchdowns, but where does he fit in to the Eagles' offense going forward?
That's going to be an interesting question that has to be answered by Philadelphia, by Doug Peterson, their head coach, because he was truly their lead running back until a fumble at Detroit. I think that changed things for him. A crucial one down the stretch. Philadelphia ended up losing the game. When he takes care of the football, he's a hard-hitting, aggressive inside runner who can set a tone for a team. But if he doesn't take care of the ball, that gives an opportunity for someone else to come in and become the lead runner for Philadelphia.
They come out here in the I. They start on the ground with Rawls. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. Earlier, partner, when discussing Russell Wilson, you said you think he's best when Seattle is running back-centric. Is Thomas Rawls the centerpiece going forward there?
I think so because of what he did 2 seasons ago before he got hurt. Because he runs that offense the way they want it run. One cut, downhill, get upfield, and Thomas Rawls is perfect for that. If he stays healthy, that allows Russell Wilson now to throw the play action, to bootleg passes that really hurt other teams defensively.
And Rawls has youth on his side, just 23. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. That's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
It'll be a gain of 11, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted, out of Stanford.
Looking for Baldwin, intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. And it's 2nd down.
It's always a good play when you're able to bat a ball away or down, because if you actually tip it in the air, now the offense is getting a second shot at catching the football, or another receiver may come along and grab it out of the air and turn it into a big play. So if you make a play on the ball, make sure it's knocked away or down. Otherwise, it could be some jeopardy. Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
And the offense looks to pick up the first here on 3rd after that incompletion. They'll come out in the pistol. Now Wentz on 3rd down. Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowl safety Cam Chancellor. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. First down, this is Rawls. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Offense faces a 3rd and medium with 6 yards left. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. And able to find Graham, complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
Two minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. Wilson going to give to Rawls. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give them a new set of downs. And they're going to speed things up here. Back to the ground on first. Again, it's Rawls. And down inside the 15 he goes. It'll go as a gain of 10 there. And that'll be good for a Seattle first down.
That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open. Well, other coaches said, you know something? Until they stop him, that big boy's going to keep getting the football. And that might be the direction that they're going to go right now.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Off the play fake to Rawls. Wilson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Now Barner. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. And quickly they get to the line. They run again with Barner. And he is going to lose yardage here. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
Michael Bennett's versatility, being able to play any position along the defensive front, allows him to make those types of plays. He finds good matchups and gets into the offensive backfield.
And there it works for a tackle for loss. From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz trying to lay one up deep. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowl safety Cam Chancellor. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. After the interception, here's Wilson. Looking deep downfield. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
Final play of the half. It's Wilson. He's going to go up top again. And this one is incomplete. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Connor Barwin in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback because he had no chance to block him.
And a nice gain of 21 yards. And a nice pitch and catch to pick up the reception against man coverage.
Both of them read how much yardage they needed, figured what they had to do, and were able to beat the man coverage for the completion.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Now Wilson. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Very difficult night for the guys on offense. They've got to be looking at each other in the huddle and on the sidelines. How are we going to find some open space to complete a pass and find open room to run? This defense all night long has squeezed down the passing lanes, made plays on the football. It's really been a thing of beauty for them. He's got to figure all day long prepping for the game, they had to have talked about it again and again. Squeeze passing lanes and we'll be in great shape.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. And he'll get it up the middle. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They're going to hurry back to the line now. On 2nd down, Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one.
There's Baldwin. Touchdown, Seattle. Doug Baldwin from 10 yards out. And the Seahawks have made this a 1-score game. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They come out here in the eye. They'll run. It's Barner. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, it's almost a tendency breaker.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. Defensively, the tackle by Cam Chancellor.
I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
Now they'll throw it. Wentz. Left side, caught by Matthews. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Green, 39! Green!
Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Wentz to throw on second down. And it's incomplete. Jordan Matthews, the one he was looking for. And it'll bring up third down. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion.
Here we go now. Over.
And he goes in motion here in the backfield.
Leopard. No.
Now Wentz on third down. And Salek here, left side. They get 7 there, but it brings up fourth. So they'll say no to the 50-yard field goal try. Instead, the offense out there, they're going for it.
All right, here we go. Detroit!
Wentz to throw for it on fourth. And this is incomplete. All right, different topic here. 2018, the Super Bowl, traveling north, far north to Minneapolis. Early predictions for that one. Who you got?
Well, you know, everyone's still waiting in the NFL for a home team to play in its home stadium, right? So could the Vikings be that team? I'll start in the NFC, and I'm going to say no. I think Seattle, starting to get near that maybe last run with their defense. Earl Thomas.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Short throw pick-6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. They'll come out in the pistol. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Little lull in the action here to go over an offseason storyline that's kind of interesting. L.A. a couple years ago, they have no teams, and now they're going to have 2 with the move from San Diego to L.A. What does that mean for the league and for the Chargers?
It seems like an easier transition, doesn't it, than St. Louis when they moved back to Los Angeles.
Less culture shock.
Less culture shock, less, you know.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
He knocks it through. It's 28-7. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. As Seattle now ready to march out of the field. Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. Now a play fake here on first down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Second down here after the incomplete pass. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it or maybe change what they do on offense.
And that's one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now. On 3rd down, Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That's fielded in the end zone. And with a new rule, that decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he only gets to the 20. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. Now Wilson on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. That incompletion, Charles, gives me a chance to put you on the clock real quick. NFC teams last year that did not make the playoffs that might make a push this coming year.
Well, 3 that come to mind right away that we thought were going to be in 2016. Minnesota, remember the start they got off to before that didn't work out so well for them?
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Doug Baldwin, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit.
Well, if you've got him in your fantasy league, you like his production, his second touchdown of the game. But right now, his team is trailing. Fortunately, he's playing pretty well and trying to keep them in it.
Now, they might need a little more from him here.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they continue to call his number. Right now, he needs his defense to step up and give him a chance.
Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 yards with a new rule as he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they... And he'll be grabbed from behind and slung down like a rag doll. Ataba Rubin busting through to get him for a loss of 6. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Now Wentz throwing on second down. Hurts over the middle. And they're going to get this one all the way up to the 35-yard line. And now a first down following that long gain.
And they just hit another big completion there. And I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
The age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop it, right?
Go ahead and stop me. And I think a lot of the times they just look at it like, let's just play the game. And however it turns out, it turns out.
Throwing on first is Wentz. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver. And now it's second down. And you really can't pin that one on the quarterback, Charles. The O-line, they've got to protect better.
And they know it. That's their meal ticket. They want to take care of the big guy behind them. In this case, they let him down.
Second down following the incompletion.
Now let's go.
Wentz will try again on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
Incomplete pass on second down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on third. Now Wentz on third down. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. And they're going to go soft on the corners. Wentz going to go on fourth down. And it is incomplete. The Eagles unable to convert there on fourth. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
To throw is Wilson. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
That ball was tipped in the air, and while it ultimately fell incomplete, it caused a few anxious moments for the guy slinging it, who's had quite a day. He knows how to get it into the end zone. He's throwing it really, really well, and maybe Lady Luck is on his side because he avoided his first interception of the contest.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing, so they'll go for it on fourth down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line is just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you've got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe you keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Both sides were holding their breath there on that fourth down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front. But somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up. When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Throwing is Wilson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. This is caught inside the 15. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Wilson, a give to Rawls. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Wilson. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Jimmy Graham, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. One receiver left, 2 to the right. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up 1st downs and keeping the football.
And now the offense operates in the red zone. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. He was looking for Dorial Green-Beckham. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Wentz again here on 2nd and 10. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning.
A nickel look by Seattle on 3rd down.
Yep, 5 defensive backs now. Again, it's Wentz. Can't find anyone open. Aguilar has it. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Nelson Aguilar. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles had 6 to their lead. And they will line up now for the two-point try. And someone a little too eager to block this extra point. Henceforth, the flag. So now they'll try it again as they line up to go for two. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll try and sneak it. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the one. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the two-point attempt is turned aside. Now after the touchdown, it's Sturgis to send it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying...
And my goodness, another interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. And a great spot to start this drive from here. One receiver left, two to the right.
Here we go now.
Wentz to throw. That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. 18 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be a Philadelphia first down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch. Especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
So the offense has it first and 10. Two receivers left, one to the right.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Wentz now on first down. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down.
A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off a drive. They had a chance there to finish things off. Didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys did not play offense.
Hurry up, here we go.
Wentz will try again on second down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
So a ways to go here on 3rd and 10. Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. 10 yards to go on 3rd.
Now let's go.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And Matthews over the middle with a grab. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up first and goal. So he makes the grab and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line giving them time to complete that first down pass.
Look at this. Wentz going to throw. And his throw here is incomplete. So the incomplete pass brings up second down. Shift together here from the D-line.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-9.
Again, they'll throw with Wentz. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Zach Ertz, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles add on to their lead. They had the lead in the fourth, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
Wentz going to look to throw. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit. But going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
And out now come the Seahawks. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. Now a play fake here on first down. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. It's a gain of 20 that time. And it'll give the Seahawks a first down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They go play action here on first down. And he's got his tight end. This is Luke Wilson. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
The tight end, Luke Wilson, was the target. That'll bring up second down. Down here in the red zone, you know your tight end's going to be a favorite target. Couldn't hang on.
And sometimes they just have to get out of their own head because they understand how tight windows are there and how many bodies are there. And sometimes they just overthink it and don't catch the ball.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. A fake to Rawls. Now it's Wilson. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Michael Kendricks charging hard for that outside linebacker spot. He gets in to drop him for a loss of 12. Third and long, it's Wilson. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Off the play fake to Rawls. Wilson. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Wilson now off the bootleg. Flush to his right. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this.